Kick off this session with Josie Long, who is a brilliant comedian who was once described as ghastly by the Daily Mail.
Hello. My name's Josie Long. Hello, I'm a comedian. Hello. I thought I've written on my arm some things that I'm gonna discuss with you. And basically, it's one of my big crippling fears of things like this that I'm just going to sound thick because I'm from Kent, so it's like naturally inbuilt, right? But basically, I was really interested in the whole debate about this because there's a couple of things that I've been kind of thinking about and focusing on in my work, which is what I call when I'm like, basically, there's two things that I sort of wanted to talk about. One of them is about my experience with commissioning and television and how that, I think, relates a little bit to what's been said. And then one a bit about Twitter and about putting your message out, because I've actually found like it's not been the utopian paradise that I dreamed. So I thought I'd talk about that and a little bit about other things. Also, I don't know if you know, but a fox bit a baby! Sorry. 1 in 5 of us will be ethnic! What does that even mean? How does that mean anything? Oh, Daily Express. Fox got rabies! Sorry, that was just a heckle and I thought I'd shout it in my traditional Kentish voice. Basically, if you ever see a Daily Mail headline, you have to imagine it in that accent. That's the natural accent of the Daily Mail. But now we're expected to pay for this! Anyway, and I feel very sad about the Daily Mail because I think it has got a pervasive influence. My mum started reading it about 5 years ago and she said, I read it for a joke. And then when we started having car journeys, she'd just showcase some of her new opinions after a little while, so it is a worrying. I'll talk a bit about Twitter and then I'll sort of be vaguely more serious about stuff. Yeah, that's how we do it. I'm on Twitter because I'm young, 28, young, 28, young, and I find a lot of the time that whenever I dare to say anything, even remotely idealistic, anything remotely socialist, anything remotely feminist, the overwhelming response from people who claim to follow me, who must vaguely be interested in what I'm saying, is just like, you fucking bitch, shut up! Right? That's what happens. And the case in point is, I'm not sure if this is going to be like shooting fish in a barrel, but I'm not a fan of page 3 of The Sun, right? I think it's fucking creepy. Yeah, but I mean, obviously, I don't think that many of us here are going to be like, well, I bloody love it. A bit of fun. Oh, stop it. No, you don't. Yeah, right. I'm sorry, I'm shooting you, but I've got the microphone. Oh shit, you've got the thing. No, right. I don't like it. I think it's creepy. I think this whole, like, it's a family newspaper, you know, it's strange to have that heterosexual male space open, and it's weird, right? And not even a very, and we all know, don't need me explaining why, but I fucking hate it, it's weird. And whenever you do try and attack it, people come down on you so hard, they're like, it's just a bit of fun, it's a national institution, right? It has only been around for 35 years. Nobody says that about Peter Andre. But I hate it, right? And I don't buy The Sun, I don't look at it. If it wasn't for Dear Deirdre, I would never read that paper, right? She is very titillating and nobody is a saint. But I sat on the tube, right, and a man next to me was reading page 3 of The Sun, and he had it open on my leg. Yeah, reading. It was right there, right, and it was 10 in the morning, and top tip for all of you, 10 in the morning is too early for tits for a straight woman, right? I'm busy, I've just had my porridge, I don't need it, right? And I couldn't even get away, I couldn't look away, so I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to ask him to cover it up, right? I'm very good at being nice to people, I'm very polite, just going to ask him politely. I was very cool, I was like, I'm really sorry, but do you mind just covering it up? I find that a bit much. And he looked at me and went, it's not my fault they put it in there. And I thought, wow, you are buying it and reading it. I just don't know how else you could register your dissent in the matter. And fair play to him, he covered it up, right? And I was so grateful because I thought, well, at least he knows that not everyone is cool with this, and it might not just be a totally vanilla, bland thing. Like that, this might need to be challenged, and it's all right to challenge it. And I went home and I was so proud of myself. I went on Twitter, like young people, young, 28, young, and I tweeted about it, and I wrote feminist and proud, right? Oh my fucking God, did I not get more responses than I ever get, right? If I tweet something like, I really like Laura Marling, which I do, shoot me, right? I'll get like 5 people being like, me too, she's ever so nice, right? If I tweet, ask a man to cover up page 3 of The Sun, and he did it, feminist and proud, oh my fucking God, more people than ever being like, I just believe in a thing called freedom of speech, okay? And I don't think it's not cool to force your beliefs on other people, yeah? Yeah? I'm a vegetarian, I wouldn't rip a burger out of somebody's face. Right? And I was like, oh. One person wrote, and then my age, one person wrote, I'm not offended by tits, but I am offended by paedophiles. Funny that. As if what I said to the man was, sorry, do you mind covering that up? It's getting in the way of me fucking a child. That's what I'm up to. As if by expressing a feminist opinion, what I was tacitly meaning was, paedophiles get a rough deal of it, don't they? Rough deal, don't they? Not fair, is it? Take the woman off, put a treat for the pedos, that's what I'm saying. I don't listen to me, feminist work. Like, this is like my most annoying thing is when you say something about feminism and people will go, I just think there's bigger human rights issues, which basically means shut the fuck up and do nothing. Like, it's just unbearable, I can't cope. And this is the thing with Twitter, is like, I found it can be very helpful, but if you say anything remotely strident on it, and I like to think that I'm an idealist, you know, all my beliefs come from love and hope deep down, really, and I think, don't you fucking challenge that. I won't, I'm a pacifist, but I'll cut you. It's pacifism, no knife, don't believe it. But the thing is, whenever I say anything remotely ideal, it's this feeling of that you're shaking a box of angry bees and opening it, and all the angry bees want is for everyone to shut up and sit still. And I found that really quite overwhelming, because these are people who kind of, I thought were all cool and like, yeah, we're all lefties, aren't we? Aren't we lefties? What does that mean? Not much. Not much at all. It means that we don't buy The Sun, but we probably read it. That's what it means. Like, I just, oh God. And basically, I also wanted to say, just because I've got the mic, so yeah, basically, like, I get a lot of things with TV commissioners where, because I don't know if you know anything about women, but if you're a woman, you're a comedian, you're weird. Weird, right? It's unbearable. And when you try and pitch things to people, they sort of like go, well, you are a woman, so you're weird. The thing is, people don't like weird shit, and people only like some stuff, and they're not going to like you. And I've started to realise it's this real kind of paradigm where there's people saying people like what they're given, and then there's people saying people only like what they like, and we can't give them what they don't like. And that's sort of the populist thing. It means that a lot of the time beautiful television programmes aren't made out of fear, basically. No one really knows which one of those is true, and I suspect neither of them is really true. They sort of feed into and off each other, right? Discourse. Yeah, clever word. Discourse. And I think it's sort of up to us to like dare to dream. Like, just dare to keep voicing your own ideas and not be beaten down. And I genuinely believe, like, to talk about feminism again, and I appreciate this isn't strictly about feminism, but I think it's analogous. Like, it can be so hard just to keep your head up as a feminist without feeling crushed. And I think it's the same here. Like, it can feel so hard when you feel like you're on the losing side to even believe there's a side at all. I don't really have a conclusion because I was coming up with that off the top of my head, but I don't. I have the soul of a poet. Don't I? Anyway,